It's the weekly PPE with Tisha Lassane.
What is your purpose? What is your passion? What empowers you?
What's up, guys? It's your girl Tisha Lassane, and we are here ready for another weekly PPE. What is your purpose? What is your passion? And what empowers you? Today, I'm excited. I'm always excited when it's time to get on the radio. I know y'all tired of that tagline, but I'm so serious, and it's like from the deepest place in my heart. I'm always excited when I get another opportunity to talk and just chat it up with you guys. So today, we are going to be talking about a lot of things. We don't have a special guest on the radio today. My guest actually was unable to make it, but that's okay because you guys have me today. So I have a few things that I want to talk about. And one of the things is what is going on in the world right now. So the last segment that I did when it was just us, we talked about self-love and giving yourself your flowers while you're here. And so this week I figured, what better thing to talk about than what's going on currently in my life and in the world. So when I look around, I think about right now, I'm actually recording on location at my new restaurant. It will be called Harlem Blues. It's currently Boogaloo's Bar and Grill. We're located at 210 West Brooklyn Park Boulevard. And the thing that's exciting about this is that although we are small, we definitely are trying to make a major impact in the community. Another good thing about this is, if you don't know, I have been battling my second bout of COVID. I contracted COVID in December of 2020. And I suffered. I was still recovering from long COVID. I had brain fog, respiratory problems, and I already had pre-existing respiratory problems. If you hear me talking, you kind of can hear me getting shortness of breath when I talk, because I'm still recovering from the first time I had COVID. But long story short, COVID took a major impact on my life. And I don't think people understand the seriousness of this sickness, this illness, this virus. People don't understand the seriousness because some people get it, they kick it, and they're done with it. But then others, it takes a different toll on your body. And from what I hear, it affects so many people in so many different ways. So for me, it's been difficult trying to get back to the things that is me. Number one, it's difficult for me to wear a mask because I have pre-existing issues. And I think I shared with you guys before, I suffer from something, a disorder called vocal cord dysphagia. And with vocal cord dysphagia, my vocal cords work in an opposite way. So when they should be opening, they're closing, and when they should be closing, they're opening, and that's inhaling and exhaling. So when I'm inhaling, they're actually opening, and they should not be. And so what happens is if I'm drinking or eating, those things are getting into my lungs, which causes aspirated pneumonia. That's aside from the COVID. That was before catching COVID either of the times. But the thing about it is, I suffer from symptoms associated with both long COVID and this vocal cord dysphagia. And things such as stress and being fatigued, all those things take a toll on the vocal cord dysphagia and actually makes it work even more against me. And so I have been struggling because I have been under extreme stress, not because of the restaurant, but I guess I can publicly say my job, working with Richmond Public Schools has been difficult for me. So if there are any educators out there, I definitely tip my hat off to you guys. I pray for your strength. But for me, having pre-existing health issues where your respiratory is the primary problem with your issues, and then stress being a not wanted piece to the puzzle that can make things worse for you when it comes to breathing, to the point your body kind of start attacking itself. And as a result, when I experience the stress, my vocal cord dysphagia starts to dysfunction more. My body becomes more fatigued because now my oxygen levels aren't the same going to my lungs. Then there's junk in my lungs from the food and the drink. And on top of that, my body starts to have a panic attack because now I'm struggling to get the proper amount of oxygen. I suffer physical discomfort to the point my lungs, the front of my ribs and my back is literally physically sore. I have spasms. If I laugh too hard, my ribs will literally like sink in and I can't catch my breath. And my doctor said something really funny to me. Not funny in a sense, not funny literally, but funny in a sense. What he said to me was, Letitia, I feel really sorry for you because nobody understands how it feels to not breathe until they can't breathe. That brings me to a whole nother topic. I always talk about air. I wrote a song about George Floyd not being able to breathe, just about the sense of air and having air to breathe. And so for him to say that to me, it had a different effect on me, because my doctor is an older white guy, and sometimes you figure if you're from two different worlds, how can you connect? You know, like, what does this guy have in common with me? But when he said that to me, it was like, wow, somebody finally understands what it feels like, because people take it for granted. They're not compassionate about it. They don't understand because they don't understand what it feels not to breathe. And it's very different than having an asthma attack. Although an asthma attack is no fun either, a panic attack, when your body is having it in response to not receiving the right amount of oxygen, is totally different. It's totally different. And so I say all of that to say, with everything that's going on in the world, for me, just kind of looking around and thinking about COVID and thinking about the pandemic, the war that we're in right now, just all of these things in life that's happening in these last, I would say, 3 years for us, it's just been really surreal. And so on top of me dealing with the COVID and dealing with recovering for the second time, I was tested positive on January 4th, 2022. So dealing with it all over again, on top of all of the other things that I deal with when it comes to my health, I've been stressed. I'm not gonna lie. So I want to know, guys, how y'all feeling out there? How has 2022 been for you? We're in the month of February. We're moving into March. How has it been for you? And to my COVID survivors, talk to me. How have you guys been doing out there? How has it been? Has it been pretty easy coming back? Do you still feel the effects? Have you caught it more than once? Like, what's going on? For me, singing is my therapy. So although it still hurts for me to sing, and although, I mean, literally it hurts, I still enjoy singing. So whenever I can, I'm going to try and sing, because that's the gift that God gave me. And I can't let a man or any other person condemn me for using that gift. And it's also my therapy. So if you see me singing and you know, and you say, well, she says she doesn't feel well, or she says she's going through this, trust and believe everything that I say that I'm going through is the truth. However, when it comes to what God has given you, you cannot deny him of giving back. And so this voice that God has given me, I use that as a way to bless others. So let me ask you all that question. What kind of gifts do you have that, although it's sometimes painful to give, God has given it to you and you feel that it's your right to give back? Or because it's so painful, you just choose not to give back? How many of you guys are sitting on your gifts because it's physically painful to you, but you forget about the spiritual reward? Now, that's a real question, because a lot of times we have that battle with the flesh and the spirit. How do I do what God would have me to do when the physical, the flesh is not feeling it? The flesh not feeling it. And so I have that sometimes where I feel like, you know, hey, if I sing, it hurts. And my best half is fussing at me for singing, and my mom is fussing at me for singing, but they don't understand. When God gives you something, it's literally like fire won't shut up in your bones if you don't do what you're supposed to do with it. And the rest he'll take care of. And I'm a very firm believer in that. He'll take care. He will provide, in the words of Tamala Mann. So let's talk about life. So we've talked about this COVID thing, and to kind of go back to the COVID and the stress. Another very surreal situation for me was my cousin Tara Gamble passed away. She caught COVID around the same time that I did the first time, and she actually passed away. It's been almost a month now, I believe, about a month now. And she passed away from complications from long COVID. She just wasn't able to get back, and she was, I believe, 39 years old. So I know quite a few people who have contracted COVID and did not make it. Older people and even younger people. So COVID is no joke. So I wrote yesterday, I just want COVID to become extinct. Whatever we need to do to send it back wherever it came from, I would love to do that. So, y'all, this is, hey, you're listening to 105.3 The Choice and 106.1 ESPN. It is your girl, Tisha Lassane, and we're just talking about life. We were supposed to have a guest on this week, and she wasn't able to make it, but she'll be on next week. So I'm just excited about all the possibilities in life. I'm excited because, as I said, I'm shooting on location at Boogaloo's Bar and Grill, soon to be Harlem Blues, 210 West Brooklyn Park Boulevard. This is my restaurant. Me and my best half, we are the co-owners. And we're excited about the things that are going on here. So we've talked a little bit about the COVID stuff. I've talked about the stress that I've been going through. But let me talk about some of the highlights. So some of the highlights are, number one, this is 2022, guys. And for the very first time, my wife and I, we are a part of the Richmond Black Restaurant Experience. We're so excited about this because it starts March 6th through the 13th, Sunday to Sunday. And we're excited because we love to eat, right? We're foodies. We love to go out and eat, try new restaurants. And we were always the ones getting the little pass and looking at the list to go to all of the restaurants to be able to eat. And to be on the other side of being the consumer is just a surreal experience. It's a feeling that I cannot describe. Being a business owner, just being able to see the smiles on people's faces and experience it from the other side of the counter. I'm excited about it. Now, I want to say, like, I'm really just starting to get into the grand part of being a business owner, because as I said, in January, I contracted COVID again. And I was so sick. I was so sick. I was so weak. I was barely able to make it. I was having dizzy spells, headaches. I still have headaches. But it was difficult for me to really, really, really enjoy the experience, on top of the stress that I was experiencing with the whole other side of my life that I mentioned earlier. It was just almost impossible to really be in the moment. So now that I am over the COVID thing, I'm still dealing with my other respiratory issues, but at least I have energy. It's exciting, you know, when I come in and I see my employees working and doing this and doing that, and just seeing the whole experience of the restaurant. It's a very, very, I can't even put it into words. So to be able to accomplish something like this, being a little poor girl, my mother had me at 16 years old, come out of Creighton Court, lived in Fairfield Court, Midlothian Village, like we done lived in the hood, like, and that's just it. But coming from literally getting it out of the mud, no PPP loans, no business loans, no starter kits, no parents wealthy and born into legacy of wealth, none of those things. Well, one of my parents is wealthy, but I wasn't born into that. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, being able to achieve something like this is definitely a blessing. And so I always say, when people come by, although this is our restaurant, this is God's space. This whole space is God's, and nothing but what he wants to manifest will manifest here. Whatever his mission is for me, it will be done here. And so I say that because I first believe that nothing that God gives you can you not give to bless up to him first. And so I have to make sure that everything that I do is ordered by him and ordered in the way that he would have me to do it. And so I say that to say that I'm excited about Richmond Black Restaurant Experience because we're a part of it. We have a gospel explosion on Sunday, March the 6th, and that's going to feature some gospel artists from 2 to 4. We're open from 1 to 6 on Monday. On Sunday. From Monday through Thursday, we'll be open from 5 until 10. On Monday, the 7th, we're going to have Matchmaker, a Matchmaker edition where you come in and there's going to actually be a bachelor and some bachelorettes, and we're going to try to hook them up, you know, get somebody some good loving going on in 2022. On Tuesday, we'll have Trivia Tuesday, something real fun. We're going to just kick up like your favorite songs, artists, things like that. Come on by 5 to 10. On Wednesday, we'll have our normal Wind Down Wednesday, open mic, karaoke, all that fun stuff. And I think we're going to feature some poets. We do have our Sticks and Stones edition, so we'll have some female poets featuring on that day. That Thursday, we have Paradox. who will be, Blue Paradox, who will be in the building, a live band, and they start from 7 till 10. Fridays at karaoke from 7 until 10, and a DJ 10 to 1. And then Saturday will be Tisha and friends. So it'll be a live experience that night with a lot of my friends singing. Not so much of me, I'll be more so playing. Earlier that day on Saturday, we will have Sticks and Stones Female Poets Edition. So we have a week of great things, but there are so many amazing restaurants on this list that I'm just excited to even be in the calling with them, to be, you know, to be on the number. I'm just excited about it because there are some amazing restaurants and friends, places that I've performed. And so I'm excited to just be a part of it. Shout out to my guy Rod at Sunday Service Soul Food. Be sure to stop by and see him. Carlene at Jackie's or Trios. I'm trying to think of who else. It's so many places. Miss Shane, Daily Menu. It's so many people on there. People that I went to school with. Lance. My brother went to school with Ashley. So yeah, it's just a lot of restaurants out there. So I just ask that you guys just support us, man. And there's a lot of young Black people doing things out there with this Richmond Black restaurant experience. So I'm excited about that too, because it's showing that my thing was we can be our own RVA Black Wall Street. We can be, but one of the things that I see is we don't come together as a community. And when I say a community, not just consumers, but we don't come together as a entrepreneurial community. And that kind of sucks, because if you look at a lot of these other restaurants and a lot of other cultures and ethnicities, they stick together. So I would like to charge us to stick together and do better with that. So yeah, guys, nevertheless, that's enough about that. Richmond Black Restaurant Experience. Come by and see us. Otherwise, we are open Wednesday through Sunday at Boogaloo's Bar and Grill, soon to be Harlem Blues. We just got one of our certificates today, so we are moving down the city line. Thank you, Richmond City. Somebody must have talked to them and heard my plea to them last week. Thank you so much. We're actually getting things moving now, so we're excited about that. Shout out to my best half, Shemeka, out there working hard. She's a full-time educator, and then she's a full-time business owner. So shout out to her, who's working hard. Shout out to the Blues crew. You guys, we appreciate you all. This is my time to really be able to say the things I need to say, because sometimes when I'm interviewing people, it's, you know, I'm kind of having to stick to what I need to say for them. But I do want to shout out my mom, who has been holding it down in the kitchen when I'm not able to be in there, or either she's in there with me. And shout out to our Blues crew, Carity, Russell, and Crystal Bacon. We appreciate you guys. Tony Nolan, my little brother, we appreciate you. My other brother, Lance, we appreciate you guys. Our crew has gotten small, so we are hiring. We are looking for cooks, servers / bartenders. So if you're interested, please check us out, boogaloosva.com, or you can hit us up at harlembluesent@gmail. That's harlembluesent@gmail.com, or you can call us at 804-562-7525. Contact us, let us know you're interested, and you can also see us on social media. We're at Boogaloos on Instagram, BOOGALOOS, or we're on Facebook at Harlem Blues LLC. So you can find us anywhere. And if you know me, you know I'm on all social media outlets at Tisha Music, TESHIA Music Lassane at Yahoo. That's my email, but you can find me on all social media outlets, Tisha Music Lassane, as well. So find me, holler at us if you're looking for a job and you're serious about working. We're definitely looking for some good quality people. We pride ourselves on customer service. Although we are a bar and grill, we like to give people a restaurant experience. So with that being said, let's get to what's going on in the world. What's going on in the world? So we have Putin, who has gone over to Ukraine and has basically done something that we haven't seen in many years. He has invaded the territory and literally trying to overthrow the government. Like, first of all, it's 2022. Where do we even do that at? And if he's being able to do it, think about how many other countries are going to start trying to do this. I mean, it's really scary that we're at this time, 2022, where we're supposed to be civil, have agreements, treaties, whatever you want to call it, all of these things. But this man is actually able to do this in present day. I mean, I heard that he's actually kind of like tortured his soldiers and like threatened their family members and all of these things, that if they did not follow through with what he wants them to do, that he would hurt these people. So all I could see is Adolf Hitler. I mean, that's all I could see. But that was the 40s. What was it, the 40s? And here we are in 2022 going through something similar. I just don't understand how this is even acceptable. How is it happening? And what happens next? What happens next? What happens to us? What happens to our children? Like, this could get bad. This could be World War III. What are y'all thoughts on this? Like, do you feel like, and a lot of people are trying to blame Biden. Biden has nothing to do with this. This is all a part of Trump. Donald Trump knew about this because Donald Trump and Putin are friends, and Donald Trump is condoning everything that he's doing right now. So this is something that he already knew. Like, this has nothing to do with Biden. Biden has been offered a very, very bad hand. I'm not saying he's the greatest president, but he's in month 3 almost. I'm sorry, not month 3, but y'all know what I'm saying, of this year, and having to deal with this. So I'm just saying, like, what do we do in this situation? How do we prepare ourselves? Because who's to say that Russia won't try to go to war with the U.S.? Because we are the big bad United States. And if you take down the biggest person when you're in a fight, the biggest, strongest person, and when you're in a fight, then everybody else is going to just submit, right? That's what I was taught. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen? That's a question that, you know, if I got some historians out there listening, or somebody that want to put in their, you know, 2 or 3 cents, please feel free to inbox me like you guys do. Send me your messages, tag me on your social media. I would love to hear from you, because this is something that really has been on my heart, and I feel so bad for these innocent civilians. And I thought that was actually a rule in war. You're not supposed to even go after the civilians. So nevertheless, it's a really sad time in our world. And it's similar to the same types of hood wars we have right here in RVA. The hood wars we're having with, you know, this is my hood, this is my turf. You know, it's just, the world is just crazy. We just got to pray. So guys, we're winding down to about the end of our interview right now. I do want to thank you guys for listening. I say interview because I have to interview myself, so y'all don't judge me. But sometimes I have to like write my own questions down and then answer them. So y'all don't judge me. But I do appreciate you all for listening in. This is where I am at every single Saturday from 2 until 2:30 p.m. on 105.3 The Choice, and every single Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. On 106.1 ESPN. I want to send a special shout out to Mr. Mike King for all that he's doing, Bizman Mike, for all that he's doing for the community, all that he's doing for to give people an opportunity like myself to get on the radio and have my voice heard. To those of you who are listening, I truly appreciate you. I do ask that you continue to reach out to me, continue to send, you know, messages, and just let me know that you're listening. And that you're getting something, some type of substance. If you can listen and walk away with something, then that means I did my job. So I do appreciate you all. This is Black History Month, and as we go out on this note, I'm going to let you all listen to In the Mix with Tisha LaSagne, On the Run. Thank you so much. Have a blessed week, and I'll see you guys next week.
We've been beaten and battered, raped and killed. It's time for a breakthrough. See, they believe our black, it ain't beautiful. They make believe white is right and it's powerful. It's powerful. But I believe, see, I believe, yes, I believe God made us equal. There's nowhere to run, 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 run. They trying to stop me, no. They pick up their guns, 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 guns. But death won't stop me, no. It's so hard. Oh, it's hard to breathe. They keep taking the air that I breathe. I can hardly breathe, and it hurts. Oh, it hurts when they shoot us down just to watch us bleed, and it's killing me. See, I believe, yes, I believe, God made us equally. Oh, there's nowhere to run, 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 run. They're trying to stop me, no. So they pick up their guns, 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 guns. But death won't stop.